Our last speaker, Jay, he shares that people often mistake him for Daniel Day Kim. Some of you, so okay, we have some Lost fans or Hawaii Five-0 fans out there. And, but he draws the line at autographs. He said, all right, when people ask me, they tell me I look like him, I just go with it. I go with it. So we are so pleased to have Jay Chun Lim with kinesiology, the Department of Kinesiology. He's going to share with us the effects of Nintendo Wii activities on balance in youth with autism spectrum disorder. And chair is Dr. Terry Todd. Jay?
Thank you, Dr. Berg. Hello, everyone. When I presented my study at a conference, a lot of my audience came to listen to my presentation thinking that I came out to represent Nintendo. Especially looking at my ethnicity, who could blame them? So before I begin, let me just clarify that we have no affiliations whatsoever. Although I do think that I could have been a heck of a salesman for them since most of my participants' parents ended up buying the Wii following my program. So yes, I got to play video games for my master's thesis. And let me share with you how that experience has and continues to inspire my life today. 4 years ago, when I suffered a decision-making crisis about my future during senior year of my undergrad, I went to a mission camp. It was a 3-day mission camp designed for children with autism, and this was my very first time interacting with those with autism, so I was so scared, nervous, and intimidated by their atypical behavior. However, these initial feelings slowly diminished as I began to mingle with them through fun-filled activities. And my indifference towards autism became more observant as I began to empathize with camp participants. Due to this result, when I started grad school, I knew right away that I wanted to dig deeper into the Society of Autism. But who knew that I would end up playing video games for my master's degree? Awesome, right? Now, everybody's going to want to pursue grad school thinking that it is as easy as it may sound. Besides these social characteristics that most of us already know about autism, previous studies have found a lack of fundamental movements such as walking, running, and throwing in children with autism compared to their peers without autism. A stable balance that is required to successfully perform the simple movements that we take for granted may not be easy for those with autism due to balance complications that could come from their physical restriction. So in the long run, balance complications in children with autism could prevent them from participating in more advanced physical activities that require more advanced movements. Then physical inactivity could lead to more concerning health issues such as obesity and other heart problems. Which is why we need to find an adequate and early childhood intervention for children with autism to improve balance-related skills. Over the years, Nintendo Corporation has been producing a number of interactive fitness games. These virtual reality fitness games have become so popular in clinical and research settings as they have shown a variety of improvements in individuals' fitness, including balance. However, there were not many studies on interactive fitness games on balance, focusing in individuals with autism, and that is why I did my research. So I had the opportunity to have the most amazing time with 7 youth with autism between the ages of 6 to 15. All of them had individual Wii activity sessions with me for twice a week for 8 weeks. They all played games of their choice, from Wii Fit balance games that have interactive games such as soccer heading, snowboarding, skiing that stress balance-related skills on the balance board controller. Another game that we played was Just Dance, a dance exercise game that uses motion sensor controller to groove along to dance moves provided on the screen. Participants' balance was assessed before and after 8-week Wii program by using a computerized assessment tool called the Force Plate. Now, the slides in the back may help you visualize this process better. Participants were asked to perform balance-related tasks such as 2-feet stands, single leg stands, sit-to stand, and also 180-degree turn. Then the computer system calculated 2 things. Stability by looking at body sway, and time duration. When assessment results were compared between before and after, there was a trend of improvement in both stability and movement efficiency in all of the mentioned activities, meaning participants' balance became more stable with greater movement efficiency in those activities. Due to this result, we could say that Wii activities could be an effective method to improve balance in children with autism through fun and accessible physical activity option. In addition, I would like to share some personal gains out of my research experience. Thanks to my thesis that forced me to play dance games so diligently, I have become a dancing machine. And I can't wait to try these new moves out once this is all over. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day too, so we'll see if my dating game improved. But more on the serious note, thanks to a year length of awesome experience, I don't need to go through another decision-making crisis because I know that I want to continue to help those with autism. In fact, let me rephrase that statement. I'm going to continue to get help by those with autism because they're the ones inspiring me to research, create, and implement programs for them. Some might say that I played video games for my master's degree, but it was much more exciting than that as many events took place. Recruiting participants was not easy. Reason why I said a year length when Wii program was only designed for 8 weeks. Endless hours were dedicated to data collection due to participants' short attention span and lack of social communication skills. I had to drive to many locations for those who participated at home. And lastly, I was also bitten a few times. Nonetheless, this experience has given me a whole new insight for those with autism, reestablishing my feelings 4 years back at the camp. I said that I was nervous, scared, intimidated, but that fear has become confidence that brings joy when I'm around them. I have made friendship with many unique personalities who have taught me to be more unique myself instead of comparing myself to others. And finally, that intimidation has become an inspiration that pushes me to open up more doors of possibilities for children with autism while emphasizing not on their disabilities, but focusing on the abilities of autism, which is limitless. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. One question that comes to my mind is, why reserve to we, and why can't you get the autistic children to exercise, get them an exercise program and have them participate in a regular exercise program? The reason I asked is a lot of families may not have the money to buy the Wii for their kids.
Okay. There are physical activities out there that children with autism could participate in, but due to their social characteristics, it's really hard for them to engage in those physical activities. Wii activities, on the other hand, all kids love playing games, so I had no trouble forcing them to engage in video games. They were all engaged throughout all my interventions. So this is an easy way to get them engaged in physical activity. And also, you said we could be pricey, but honestly, it's not very pricey. It's very accessible. It's around $100. Compared to other outdoor activities, they all cost a lot of money too if they continuously participate in those activities.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's wonderful.
Thank you.